What are you doing?
I have a new idea for the YouTube channel today. We're gonna be talking to people straight in the camera.
Wait, right now?
Yes, baby. If you've been at work all day, like I have to maximize the time when you come home. You don't want to do stuff before you go to work, right? So today, Ben is sadly going back to work, so I can't film all day. So I'm gonna do something fun. We're gonna do what I call a tattoo tour. Now, here's the thing. Ben doesn't have any tattoos, right?
I do have one tattoo. I accidentally stabbed myself with a pen when I was maybe 13, and the lead stayed underneath like my foot. A little bit of lead.
Okay, so Ben has never
ink.
paid for an actual tattoo, even though there might be ink residue on his body. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna explain the meaning behind 3 tattoos on my body, and then Ben is gonna find some sort of scar or bruise on his body that has some sort of story or meaning.
I didn't know that I was doing that, so I have to think of the story.
Okay, think of the story.
They're all related to like stupidity and anger, though.
Right. All right, let's start with the first one. I love to read. Ben and I love to read. That was one of the things that really brought us together as a couple. So one of my favorite things to do is snuggle up in a book. My favorite author is Toni Morrison, and my favorite, can I say favorite in a different language? Mi favorita book is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. It's just about a young black girl who wishes she had blue eyes and sort of going through that journey of self-hate and then into self-love. Remember how I used to have beautifully toned arms and then I got laid off from my yoga studio?
It's still beautifully toned.
1 week into the pandemic. A tribute to Toni Morrison. Can they see that?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's very big.
And I told the tattoo artist, Zach, at Deluxe to give her a nice little eyebrow arch. So that's one of mine.
So, all right, this right here, where's the camera? Yeah. So I could not go to my friend Andrew Pajera's house when I was in 5th grade, and he just got the Dreamcast, and I was still on the N64 game, the cartridges, and then Dreamcast had like the actual discs. I was really upset, so I punched my hand through one of those like small square windows that are like 3x3. And I just
At your mama's house you did that?
Yeah, at my mom's house, and I just sliced it all the way through.
Because she would let you go to Andrew's house to play Dreamcast.
Yeah, I was really upset. And so I yelled like a little baby, like a little bitch, because I was a little bitch when I was in 5th grade. My older sister Bethany thought it was the funniest thing, so she like is laughing her ass off, but she's still, you know, bringing me to the bathroom with my like limp hand and running cold water. And my mom, I just remember at one point, my mom sticking her head in, she's like, "What should we do? Is it deep?" And my sister Bethany was like, "Yeah, it's deep. It's deep." And just like the biggest smile on her face. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn again. One of the biggest tattoo pieces, I don't have a lot of tattoos, but I just, you know, we having fun. We on the couch today. Can I see it, man?
Mm-hmm. What? This is weird.
Just,
it's not weird. It's just, yeah.
Don't touch the camera, move me. Anyway, I've just always thought of myself as someone who can adjust and be a part of a bunch of different climates and like be adaptable. And that's something I always, that essence is something I take with me when I like to do different characters, whether it's, you know, Southern Tammy or the Hotline for Bitch Don't Do It or Lemongrass, if you've seen any of those characters. So I really like to just like keep grounded in who I am as a person, but just like switch it up in different climates because you never know what you're gonna get.
So your chameleon is sort of a symbol for code switching that a lot of black people have to do.
No, because that's if the chameleon could only turn into one color and that one shade is what kept them protected. This is like several different climates.
So you're a master code switcher.
This is several different, no. It's like I'm like a master of disguise.
Going to be master of disguise.
Right.
So in college, I have to stand up for this one.
Oof. Did you bang
I don't know, can they see that right there?
I don't even see what.
Right there.
That's just your hip.
No, it's not. It's there. You see it?
What am I looking for?
Right there.
I see.
Right there.
Okay, go down a little bit more.
Right there.
Okay, I see something there.
Yeah, right.
All right, I see it.
So
put your pants back on.
I took the top off of one of those like little type
The Maybach
toys, and there was a yellow top and then the red bottom, and me and some friends took off the yellow top.
So you knew about red bottoms before they were like a thing.
Red bottoms? What are red bottoms?
Just keep your story going.
Okay. we're like going down a main road, and I'm like actually flying down this road, and a car sort of comes up the hill. And I had to like pull the whole thing over to avoid being crushed by this car. And I sort of scrape up a big side of my body. And I was in running cross country at that point. So I have to like go to cross country practice and just like limping. And this is NCAA D2, so you get scholarship. My coach was so mad at me, like threatened, like you could lose your scholarship for doing something so stupid. I was very much triggered. And I tried to hide it, but I had a friend who was also there, who didn't get hurt. And she like pointed out that I was hurting and bleeding, and she thought it was the funniest thing. And I was gonna try to like...
Why is everybody laughing at your battle wounds? The last tattoo I'm gonna go over is the ladder right here. There was a time where I was a high school teacher and I was really good at my job. I was definitely a high performer at the school, but I knew I wanted to be a comedian. You know, I just really needed to break into the entertainment industry. So I called one of my friends, the baby. You probably see her on my Instagram. I called baby and I said, baby, what do I do? I'm really good at my job. I'm a high performer, but I just don't want to be here anymore. I want to perform. I want to like take a risk and try my hand at this acting world.
Yep.
And the baby said, you know, I don't know what you should do. I'm not telling you what to do, but I read one day that I would rather be at the bottom rung of a ladder I want to climb than at the top of a ladder I don't want to be on. And so that day I quit my job. I went to the tattoo shop to get this ladder. And like 2 weeks later, I told the baby, I was like, girl, really got to me with what you said about that. Like, I quit my job. I got the tattoo. Like, that ladder analogy, she was like, girl, I was high as fuck. Like, what you mean you quit your job?
Aww. So let me get this straight. You spent money the day after you quit your job for a tattoo.
Well, that's why I take it to the Bank of Ben. They typically open.
You are depleting the Bank of Ben pretty quickly. All right, so my last scar is like right up here. I don't know if you can see it.
Get in the camera. Yeah, they can see it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stop! Why you gotta be a freak?
Like
see, everybody thinks I'm a freak because you know I got the titties and the hips, and I'm black, so people hypersexualize black girls. That's a larger conversation for a longer day.
I feel like people hypersexualize women. It's just such a
right, but black girls get called fast at like age 12, 13, just for the way they walk. I know. Keep going.
Oh yeah, so I was my sister Rachel and I, three sisters. Bethany,
he got three
Rachel,
sisters, y'all.
Tirza. So Rachel and I are standing on our beds. We're 2 years apart, so we shared a bedroom at one point. I was like maybe 5 or 6. And we're standing at the end of our beds, and we'd stand up and then fall down and just boom, and like pop back up. And my mom was like downstairs talking to the plumber or something.
Ooh, poor Judy.
And I do it, but when I do it, somehow like I started too close to the front of the bed. So when I fell, instead of like hitting my pillow, I caught my chin on the backboard of the bed, and I just and like my neck falls back, and I just slice it open. I'm like holding like this. My mom is like taking her hand and like pushing me away like this. And the plumber at one point, she's like, the plumber was like, I think your son's bleeding. And my mom turns around, she's like, oh my goodness. So we like run to the hospital, and I remember getting like a super sweet lollipop afterwards. You got your tattoos through conscious life decisions with metaphor.
Quit your job. I don't know what these signs are. I need a sign. Wally.
From Napoleon Dynamite. Do you like the Napoleon
Dynamite
stuff?
I think we're done here.